Solitude Wool, and we're having an open house today. I'm going to flash everybody. Smile. Oh, good. You can. Okay. So now I'm back. Okay. And I guess we have sound. So the point of today, aside from welcoming people to the open house, which it's so exciting to see real life people knitting or spinning in 3D. And we're also having 15% off of everything. If you're at home and want to order from the website, use the coupon code welcome space back exclamation mark, and you also can get 15% off. But right now what we're doing is we wanted this opportunity to introduce our newest yarn. It is our Cotswold, and we're calling it True Lace because this time we actually got it. It really is a lace weight yarn, and it's pretty smooth and pretty even. If you are on the website or if you are here, we have our first Cotswold yarn, which we call Thick and Thin, which has a lot of the same lovely parts because of the Cotswold. It's super shiny, it's strong, it dyes beautifully, but that yarn itself has the oddest thick and thin that changes. So it's very rustic. It was not exactly what we intended, but we kind of went with it. But now we have this new spin of the Cotswold lace. We'll start with what it can do. This is a shawl pattern by Evelyn Clark, who is a knit designer out of Seattle. This is called the Nutca Rose shawl. Nutca Rose is, I guess it's a rose actually out there, but the Nutca is a tribe, a Native American tribe in the Pacific Northwest. And there's also a Nutca Rose garlic, which we grow, which is quite wonderful. It's one of our favorites. But Evelyn offered to knit this for us. So she has done project notes on this shawl, knitting it with the Cotswold True Lace. So you can find it in her projects on Ravelry. It takes 3 skeins, about 2 1/3 skeins to fully make the shawl. She whipped it out in like 2 days, but she's exceptional.
That's why she's a great sample
She's
knitter.
exceptional. So this yarn, all of the fleece for this yarn was bought from Davlin Farm, which is here close to us in Loudoun County in Purcellville, Virginia. It is a beautiful farm, and we have a slideshow going here, and we'll see if we can figure out how to get it online someplace. But all the Cotswold came from them. Cotswold is a long wool breed, originally from England, and it is one of the longest of the long wools and super strong. So this lace yarn is not going to break when you're knitting it, which will also make it a fabulous weaving yarn because it's good and strong. It was spun semi-worsted, which means more volume.
More volume. Need a little prop on my. Just talk like you own it.
I think I do, but where was I? Oh, so semi-worsted spun. That means it's like a worsted wool suit. It's smooth, It is dense, it's drapey, and it also adds to its strength, but it definitely accentuates the luster in the wool. And you can see that now, of course, we're not getting as direct, but this wool, this yarn shines. It's really pretty.
From the inside.
Yes. And I was going to tell you a little bit. It's because it's so strong and because it's a lace weight, you can knit a very wide range of gauges and needle sizes with it. We suggest anywhere from size 1 to size 6 US needles. But on our tastings over there, I think I even pulled out like a 12 or 15 size needle if you wanted to do just plain garter stitch on a giant needle.
That's lace.
You get easy lace, which is just my speed. Or you could also do other kinds of open, fairly open for a sweater, for a little top. But shawls are probably one of its very best, or weaving, or its two best applications. This is a 2-ply yarn. It is pretty softly plied, and a 2-ply yarn is really good also for lace because the physics of a 2-ply yarn, when you knit with it, makes the stitches want to open out and create spaces. It pulls away from each other. And it's also the best structure for weaving yarns because when you have a 2-ply yarn, it has little sort of bumps and scallops on the edges. And when you weave with it, those little bumps interlock. So it's also good for weaving. We put this up in a 50-gram skein, which comes out to 1.75 ounces. Cotswold happens to be one of the sheep in the Shave 'em to Save 'em program. It is a breed that is in danger and needs to be supported. So if you are part of the Shave 'em to Save 'em program and buy 2 skeins, it's slightly under 4 ounces, which is what it takes. But trust me, probably 6 ounces went into making the yarn. So we've decided 2 is close enough to qualify. And we automatically give stickers when you order online for all of the Shave 'em to Save 'em sheep breeds.
No, it's not.
The other thing I wanted, let's see, on the back, if there's anything else I need to cover. I think
Gretchen,
that's kind
it's
of
220 yards?
Oh, it is 230 yards or 210 meters.
Emily wants that one right there.
The green.
You can have it.
And you have another one?
Yes.
There you go. Yeah, you can do a shawl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
So, the other thing, this is the first day this yarn is out, and it is now up on the website. So this is the initial palette of colors. And if people are interested in, so what do? So when I'm starting a new yarn to dye, and I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do? I'm trying to create a palette of colors that are going to look nice together. And sometimes I have an idea. Sometimes the season inspires me. And sometimes I am just at a loss. So when that happens to me, I go to my bookshelf and start looking around. And I have a bunch of art books that I bought over the years that I keep just because usually when I buy art books, it's usually because I like the colors of the artists. And this is, I have no idea where I picked this up. I think it's from like 1983 or something. Back in the days when I was young and had no money, whenever I'd travel and go to a museum, for some strange reason, I would buy tons of hardback, heavy books and put in my suitcase and go home. So I had this for a long time, and the other thing I didn't know when I bought it, I'm sure I was influenced because there are lots of pictures of sheep in it, but it turns out this is Icelandic. These are Icelandic sheep. Now, I wasn't thinking about that when I started dyeing. I was just looking at colors, but I have mixed my metaphors. I'm using an Icelandic painter with Cotswold, which is English sheep, but ignore that. But I just love the way that she paints. These are small paintings, as it says. I don't think I've ever seen her actual paintings. I've only seen this book, but I love the colors. Green is my favorite color, and she has lots of greens, but she has tons of blues, which is not my favorite color, but that's what started. So we have blues, we have golds, and we have several blues in this.
And the reds. I love the
Yes,
reds.
we had this one I thought was, we have lots of different reds and the slightly softer reds. So I also was trying to create some sort of little shades here. So we have three different, a dark rich red, a kind of a medium, somewhere between coral and brick, and a kind of a peachy lighter one. The greens are very close. So we have the bright, we have the sunny green. We have a sunny green, and that's not it particularly.
There's a sunny and a shady.
There's a lovely one. Yes, and we have...
You even bookmarked that for yourself.
Yeah, and a shady green. And then we have two that are very close. Even that's the same. Here we go. Two that are really close. And we call this one silver green and this one gray green. And I'm missing a blue. Yes, there is. These were some of the early ones. So there's only 4 of these. This is a wet sand. And we have a sandpiper that goes with it, along with the white. So, and then the yellow and the gold. So this one is called spiced rum, and this one is a honey mead.
Which you named those like cocktail time, right? When you were towards the end of the day.
It can always be cocktail time, can't it?
It can.
Okay.
I've got somewhere.
Good. So I don't know if we have a chat on this. Do we have a chat?
I'm not seeing any questions.
Okay.
Does anybody here have any questions about it?
Are all those natural dyes, or are they?
No, these are acid dyes. And they're not only acid dyes. I did this differently than I usually do. Most of the time, if I have solid colors that are acid dyes, they are dyed in a pot. And relatively even. These, because it's the lace weight, because Cotswold can felt very well, these were done as hand paints. So they're semi-solid hand paints. So there is variation within them.
So there's less agitation in the hand paint process.
A lot less agitation. Yes, so they should be all totally light fast and wash fast.
And you did tell them that you get a save them sticker if you get 2 skeins.
2 skeins qualify for a shave them to save them sticker.
And everything is 15% off?
And everything is 15% off. And I was going to show off some of the treasure bags if anybody wanted to see them online. So if anybody's out there on chat or wants to send, because although I think we have the treasure bags online, we really can't put them up one at a time. So since you guys are not here and cannot see them, I thought I would show some of them. Now, I have no idea where the camera is. I can't see it. Ah, okay, I'm going to come close. Okay. This is one of the small treasure bags. It's about 4 ounces. And this one, all these treasure bags were made out of all the little samples, because each time I dye a yarn, I have a little sample skein.
Spin the background so they could see some of it.
So this is a very bright one. This one mostly has Tunis double twist, or this also could be our first double twist yarn. So for 15 years, I've been dyeing yarn and saving color samples until I had so many color samples, I had no room left in my workshop. And it seemed like it was time to go. Hi.
Hey, we're broadcasting live right now.
So this one is a treasure bag. This is up to 7 ounces. And this one was dyed with natural dyes. So I think almost everything in here is Border Leicester Sport. Here's another one, a small one. This is acid dye. So if there's anybody out there and wants one, send us a message in chat, and we can do a little personal shopping show here online. And I think that's it.
Okay.
This is the new yarn. Remember, we have 15% off everything with the code WELCOME SPACE on the website. And thanks for joining us today.